I would totally do that, wouldn't I? Good evening, everybody. We are live. Thank you so much for tuning in again to another Power Couple live stream. My name is Joseph. I am one half of Power Couple, and I'm going to be your conductor tonight for tonight's fun train as we push towards level 60 in Final Fantasy XIV. Normally, we do have Super Mario Maker 2 scheduled for tonight, but I'm just so excited about continuing to make progress on Final Fantasy XIV that schedules be damned. We are going to just keep pushing on Final Fantasy XIV. So it's been a few days since I've had an opportunity to be able to play, so I'm looking forward to being able to do that. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you are a new viewer, please give us a follow. Upper right hand corner of the chat. I don't even know if that registered. Okay, there we go. Ready? And there. Upper right hand corner of the chat, you will find a heart. And if you were to heart us, I heart you. Thank you so much for the follow. We're so close to reaching affiliate status, so every little bit counts. If you enjoy the stream, please tune in for 8 p.m. when Stephanie takes over to play Sims 4 with you guys until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've got 2 hours, she's got 2 hours, and you've got 4 hours of fun and enjoyment with us. If you really, really enjoy our streams, head over to our videos on demand here on Twitch. You'll be able to get our last 14 days worth of streams for your viewing pleasure. That'll change once we become affiliate, then you'll have everything. But if you are looking for everything, then I would suggest that you head down below the chat right now. You'll see all of our buttons for our social media. If you click our YouTube channel button, lo and behold, you'll go to the YouTube channel for Power Couple. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you can know when new Power Couple content goes live. All of our previous streams are there, again, for your viewing pleasure. And while you're down underneath the stream, please do give a look to our Twitter, our Instagram, and our Facebook page. Every little bit helps. So thank you very much for following us on there as well, guys. You'll be able to get updates regarding our stream and some additional content that we don't post normally on Twitch as well. So again, as usual, let's get down to business. Would help if I actually had the game loaded, right, guys? All right, there we go. It is my favorite part, and I hope it's your favorite part as well. It is time to wait in queue, because why not? I hope eventually this will no longer be an issue, but as of right now, every time we do go to log on, we do have to wait in a queue. We got 17 people in front of us. I know as they go to merge all of the data servers, maybe perhaps that is something that they might be able to tackle in the meantime as well. But until that point, we're going to wait in line. How are you doing? How are you doing tonight? I'm doing well. Very busy day for me. You never get to really sleep as an attorney. There's always stuff to be done. A lot of good things going on today, though. And actually, as we speak right before logging on, for me, I mean, look, you always got to be available, but um, when you get calls at at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Sometimes you just got to say, unless it's an emergency, don't give me a call. And you got to make sure that you don't allow your work to take over your personal life. So there's definitely a line between making sure you're giving your clients the appropriate amount of attention, and then there's the problem of not paying enough attention to your own life and essentially allowing your work to be able to control and dictate what your surroundings are in your life. So with all due respect to the clients, unless it's an emergency, leave me a voicemail. I'll be able to listen to it. But otherwise, it can wait until tomorrow when I go back into work. Alright, we're going to pick right back up. As you know, main story quest is the way for us to get the most effective experience without doing the roulette. So we've got he who would not be denied, and Lord Hashafont has more than a few questions to ask. So we are going to appease him because he's our homie. We definitely like Hashafont. Not even sure if that's how you pronounce his name, but we're homies. Ah, okay, I remember now. We just got done defeating Nidhogg the Dragon, who was on a super rage because he wanted to take out all humans, and we defeated him. And lo and behold, there was some side play between how he regained his power with the help of Relsvigard, who's supposed to be like the one dragon right now that we're kind of on okay terms with. And we end up finding out as soon as we're done with that portion of it that we've got heretics that had gone into, I forget where we are exactly. I think we're in Ishgard, and they were essentially attacking the city. So us and Ysael, who's also known as Iceheart, a former villain, now kind of friend that's hanging out with us, we all made a trip over to Ishgard and prevented further bloodshed. And now Harshafon's just basically going, what the heck happened? I'm completely lost. And guess what? So are we. Completely lost. We're just kind of going for the ride. I'll tell you what, though. We are going to do the main story quest, and we're going to get the roulettes in, and I'm going to try and do everything that we can so this way we can knock out the remaining 3,881,000 experience points that are needed between now and the end of tonight's stream, which is, like I said, in 2 hours at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alright, let's see. Return to Fort Temps Manor. So we're going to make our way over to the Ethernet shard and make our way over to the last vigil. If I remember correctly, that's right outside the door of House Fortemps. Speak to the gatekeep. We've got Estinian, we've got Alphanod, we've got Sir Ermic, we've got the
Praise Halone, you are safe.
Lord, or in this case, Count Fortemps.
My safety was never in doubt, Father, for I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side.
Now we find out apparently that, maybe we had heard this before, but I didn't know that Harshaphon was the son of Edmont.
We bring the most wonderful tidings.
His hair's a little different if you can't tell. So I'm glad that they're kind of going silent right now because, you know, my usual policy is...
The infamous Lady Iceheart, here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
Anyway, my usual policy is that when we're doing the main story quest, I try to be quiet so this way you can enjoy the cutscenes, because I'm not going to expect that you're a Final Fantasy XIV player and perhaps you're watching because you want to enjoy the story and you don't want to have to spend the money and pay every month for a subscription. So I try to be quiet. You can just look at my beautifully handsome, not really, joking face and watch the antics as they go on. So I try to shut up so this way you guys can enjoy it as if you are playing it yourself. Same thing for when we do have text on the screen as well. I try and give you enough time to be able to view the text. If by all means, if all I have is people in the chat that have done all this before and you just want to see me get down to the action, let me know. I will
She has
blow
done
through
much
it.
to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
That's going to be the word of the day, impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelga? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question. If both highborn and lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his knights 12.
It would completely shake everything up, which is exactly what's needed.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Emmerich, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
But what's right is right, guys.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known.
That definitely brought like a, you know, I see your true colors,
You must
and that's
see
why
what
I
lies on the
love
horizon if it is
you.
not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the highborn needed men to lead, and the lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more. A divided Ishgard will not survive.
How very true.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
My lady, is it wise to let him go?
Can we talk about the fact that I still hate Alphanod's tie? That's just irresponsible to have such a small little tie like that.
I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emmerich prone.
Can we just for a second? It's as though they took it off of a Tataru or Lalafell or whatever these things are called in this reiteration. And it's like they just last second needed to find a tie for him. They were like, what's the thing that we can do that'll just bring this outfit together? Guys, what can we do to just make this outfit perfect? You know what? We need a tie. We're going to just bring it together with a tie. And no one had a tie. And the only tie that they had was just from Tataru's pantsuit. And they just decided to just put it together and throw it on Alphanod's outfit. And it looks horrid. Look at that. It's
Though he
horrible.
comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him. That which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it. Even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean.
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone, but I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emmerich is the Archbishop's bastard son.
Ooh.
Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
That deserves a...
I labor to believe it. Sir Emmerich is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such, but the rumors have plagued him since childhood.
And the reason why it is a total is because the Archbishop is like 3,000 years old. He is basically a skeleton, which means that he had to have been, you know, like 2,000 years old when Ceramic was
That he
conceived.
rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character.
I feel like this is a like an opportunity to throw in Game of Thrones and kind of have a da na 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 na, because Aramic's definitely got a Jon Snow vibe about him.
It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the Vault myself.
Bastard or trueborn, Jon Snow's the rightful heir to the Iron Throne.
Hear, hear! The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Amaric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orshafon, be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Even you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
Alright, we are to speak with Lucia, or Lucia, whatever her name is. We are going to select our dragon skin breeches offending. Let's equip said dragon skin breeches offending. Ooh, I'm just in my skimmies at the moment. Dragon skin breeches offending on. The Emperor has no pants is no longer accurate. Alright, Alphanod, ill-weathered friends. That's not a very good titled quest. That doesn't seem very good. Adversity acquaints a man with strange bedfellows, as Alphanod knows only too well. Ooh, so we're gonna go into the lower ends of Ishgard to get a nice little group of rebels on our side. King Cookie Cat, welcome to the chat again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Alright, off we go. Let's see. Speak with Tataru at the Forgotten Night. Let's head over to the Last Vigil Ethernet Shard. And head over to somewhere. The broom. Let's go with the broom. I'm taking a guess. I did not confirm it before going and doing that, so we'll make the assumption that this is close enough. Close enough. so dark. Can't see what's going on. I'm assuming that's not where we want to go. I would have benefited from going to the Forgotten Night. So, back around we go. I forget if we have the family-friendly tag on tonight. All right, well let's hope for the best and hope that we don't have it on at the moment, because there may be the use of alcohol during the stream. After a long day, I realize that that's totally coming off as a borderline alcoholic statement that I'm about to make. But after a long day, a beer does go a long way. Do not drink unless you're 21 if you're in America. 21 or older. If you're in Europe in some place and you're allowed to drink, and I know in Germany it's 16, which don't let my parents hear, but I took advantage of while I was there. And enjoy a beverage every now and then if you can. Legally. I don't want to have to represent you in court if you're gonna get charged with underage drinking or getting yourself a DUI. All right, is there a way for me to go down into the slums here? Yes. Lovely. That was completely useless.
What? What was that? Speak up, I can't hear like I used to.
That would have been so much better if it was like,
Jimmy! Jimmy, is that you? Why don't you ever come to visit me, Jimmy?
alright, healing it is. The spice of life. Alphanod is not one to be easily deterred. We're gonna grab that titanium armor. And then we're just gonna run around singing Sia for the rest of the stream. That's what we're gonna do. I think she's the one that did titanium. I think. What do you got for us? Gibrilliant. Gibrillant. Gibrillant. Of course, it's a, you know. Hey, can you get something for me? It's like, no. I'm the freaking warrior of light. I don't need to be running your errands. I don't need to go to the market for you. Just give me what I need. You know how many times I've saved you in the existence of the entire realm? And you want me to go cross town because you can't get you know, Uber Eats to bring you your meal. All right, what do we need? We need the Jeweled Crozier. Where's this? The Jeweled Crozier. Wait, hold on. Let's see. I forgot to do this. Let's do Twitch opening. Alright, I forgot to do that when I first started, so that's good. I can still, it still works, so that's good. That's good. I also forgot to do the We Are Live Twitter notification. Guys, I make all these buttons, and I do the Stream Deck out, and I'm not even using it, so shame on me, you know? But every now and then, you gotta use it. Put it to good use, right? Hulking Hunter. Errand Boy. That's funny. Alright, back we go. Alright, over to the Ethernet shard it is. And over to the Forgotten Knight. Bear with me real quick. I have to look at the phone. Alright, we're good. Like I said, work forever perverses itself into your night, especially when you own your own business. I'm sure if anyone else out there is a business owner, you understand that sometimes the workday doesn't end when you are leaving for the day. So when I do get a text message or I do get something, I do try and make sure that I am on top of it. Nothing important or super serial. I'm so super serial right now, guys. What do? What do? Orthodox code offending? I didn't know that that I had an armor that was better than the one I'm currently wearing. Shame on me for not knowing that I had that. Alright, return that to inventory, equip that one. So that works. Let's sort everything out. I am really gonna need to put some items up on for sale. Do I have anything that I need here, or anything that I can use to clear up some space in my inventory? Alright, that's good. So I now have the mana cutter mount for me to be able to ride, and I've also got that purple slime minion that I can get. Noble indiscretions. Gibralont has a faraway look in his eyes. Alright, so apparently we're going to give her some kind of message in a bottle. And yes, that is another song pun. And apparently if we give her this wine, this will be sufficient notice for her, apparently, for what we're doing. Or at least that's my take on it. Where are we going? We are going to go to the Astrologum, or whatever that is. Alright, only 3,600,000 experience points to go. Here's your twice mulled wine. Ah, interesting. So our Archbishop had a toss in the proverbial Ishgardian hay, and perhaps that's where our friend came into existence, Sir Eremic. Alright, is that where I want to go? I forget. Sometimes I know, sometimes I don't know. I'm not going to put that too far from me, because I'm going to need it again soon. So, I have, it's really bad deja vu, because I did play before a while ago, and I got through a majority, I believe, of the Heavensward content before I left. This was right as Heavensward was coming out, and I think I remember all of this stuff, but it's weird because we're talking like 2011, 2012, and I think it was the last time that I had played, and I'm not even sure if that's when this was released. Maybe, perhaps it was a little 2013, but long story short, I'll do like a quest and I'll get like that irking feeling of, you've done this before, and something hit me a little earlier, and I think it's going to be happening soon after this whole nonsense with Sir Eremic goes down, and I'm going to need a drink after that happens, because it's, prepare yourself, guys. It's going to be a rough one. Alright, is this where we're going? Not sure if this is where I'm going. Okay, so that's definitely not where I'm going. I'm going up, up, and away. Apparently I'm not going there either. I'm gonna assume that I gotta be in the broom there. Oh, that's not where I wanted to be anyway. Bollocks. That's okay. Geraldo. Or Geraldo. How very New Orleans. Or Nolans. Just have you keep going back and forth and back and forth. But at least it's a nice little way of learning about, you know, each little bits of the story as you find out about Eremic's past here. They could have just, like, thrown it on us very quickly without much explanation, but at least you feel for the city's love for one of their lost, citizens that was a good person. Oh, that was a good little fall. A mobby. And back we go up again. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Fire and Blood. Alphanod is considering how best to proceed with the hunt for the mongrel. And of course, we have to go find Tataru now, because if going back and forth from one place to another 7 times was not enough, now they're going to make us have to go find Tataru somewhere. So that is just, that's par for the course for Final Fantasy XIV. We're going to make you go back and forth. There's Alphanod taking a look for Tataru. But let's just be honest. If you're looking for a Lalafell, is the high ground really the place to go? Shouldn't you really just be looking for the low ground? Yes, again, I know we don't need that sound effect, but it makes me happy. And if it makes me happy, that should be enough for you guys. Alright, no sign of Tataru there. You know, for a very small person, she does run pretty well.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on, I've seen them around. They're in and out of House 4 Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
King Cookie Cat asking, what did I miss? They're watching an episode of Ancient Assassins on Vlad. Not sure what that is, but I hope that is going well. You're just missing the best show on Earth. No, actually, you're missing a couple of quests for the Heaven's Ward content as we're making our way through that playing Final Fantasy XIV.
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Hilda!
Lay a finger on the Blue Blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand. And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
All right, Hilda, what do you got for us? We know we're getting close to 60 now because when you've got a level sync saying that we're going to bring you down to 59. Oh, let's get comfy. Alright, now we're alone.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Eh? What are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
Shadow, Tycho, thank you very much for tuning in. How's it going? Thank you very much. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well.
What in the hell's?
Uh-oh. We've got some oh man, that was a fall and a half. No one wants to take that fall.
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy.
And now all the dominoes are falling down. Lovely.
And what do we have here?
We've
the
got,
honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats.
We've got Shadow Tycho already knowing, going, oh yeah, this guy. I mean, let's just be honest, his lipstick is on point, so...
Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do.
I already kind of do dislike him, so we're on track for being where we need to be. Anyone that looks as condescending and acts as that way, you can never really trust him.
Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
Like I said, I'll give him props though. His hair's good and his lipstick's on point, but that's about it. That's all I can say that's good about him.
I reckon Sir'd be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Such simple creatures, rats. Certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, milady. In here your toys could hurt someone.
Alright, it's go time. Let's do this. This is gonna be like the first battle of the stream. That's ridiculous that it's been 47 minutes that we've been going at this. And we're just finally now getting a battle in. Alright, let's take care of this healer. We'll take care of the magicers now. And now, well, actually we got a couple of heavy infantry and banneret coming in. We're gonna do tank things and tank things. I mean, you gotta admit, Alphanaut's got it pretty easy right now. And so does Mongrel. Just sitting back while I'm being a meat puppet. Oh, sorry, Shadow's asking, how are you liking Paladin? And the question is, I'm loving Paladin. Oh, alright, Horshafont coming to the rescue. Love to see him, that's my homie right there. I'm enjoying Paladin. Paladin is my main class. That is the one that I prefer to play. I know that I'm really looking forward to taking on Gunbreaker once I get to level 60. That's just because I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy VIII. but from my understanding, you've got Paladin being probably the better tank, probably out of the classes that are available. So, do you have actually, I should ask, what character class do you normally main? What's your favorite? That's funny. So Shadow saying Paladin is the Mario, it does everything second best. That's funny. Not wrong. Yeah, let me know what's your favorite class, both from a tank standpoint and overall. Alright, duty complete. So Shadow's saying that they're a white mage main. I think that that's probably my second favorite class, even though I really don't play it enough. White mage is probably my favorite to take on.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
I love how she comes after everything's done and the battle's over, and she's like, "Alright guys, I'm here, it's time to end." Wait, oh, you're done fighting? Oh, well, I just feel silly now. Yeah, he's not very fun.
Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
Oh, Alphanot, always the rational one in the group. So Shadow, do you have a preferred tank class that you like to work with?
I thought the Heavens Ward might come here as well.
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavens Ward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Dark Knight works best with their healing class, is what Shadow's saying. I actually haven't had a chance to really get into to Dark Knight yet.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
So Shadow's saying that their reason for liking the Dark Knight is because of the self-shield being great for that class. Have you had a chance to?
You're in charge around here?
Have you had a chance to do Gunbreaker and really get a hold of that class yet?
Hilda, and yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he? Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
So Shadow's saying that they don't want to damper my enthusiasm about not being able to, can't wait to get to Gunbreaker, but not a big fan, they say. They say that their big cooldown is unfun for healers, and I've heard they are very fun to play, though. So that's at least a positive note that I'm definitely looking forward to playing it, and at least it's fun, right? Alright, that quest is complete. We've got a little over an hour left together. Like I said, Stephanie takes over at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in about an hour and 5 minutes. She's going to be playing Sims 4 with you guys tonight. She's actually in the midst of making mac and cheese. I think she was in the mood for mac and cheese, so she's making some mac and cheese, but it's like fancy mac and cheese. It's not box mac and cheese. We're talking she had me go out after work in order to pick up some, I think it was a pound of sharp cheddar, Colby Jack, some special pasta, some whole milk, some Dijon mustard. Alright, so we've got Shadow saying, yep, the invuln move reduces you to 1 HP when you hit the button, though. So in raids, when a gunbreaker needs to go invulnerability, they deal like 140,000 damage to themselves. That doesn't, I don't know, that doesn't sound very fun for healers. So TLDR version, if you don't want to read all the text that's going on right now, is that we're working with Hilda here in order to get her, I guess you could say, accounts and ties and of her network that's over from lowborn soldiers who have made their way into the army. We're going to try and see if we can use her connections and her friends to help with the rescue of Sir Ermic and hopefully not get Haurchefant killed in the process. That does sound very tasty. I've actually got 2 hot dogs waiting for me. I have very specific rules, probably because I'm weird. But I'm breaking one right now. Normally I don't drink on camera, but in this particular case I had a long day, so we're gonna wind down a little bit with the beverage. I definitely don't eat on camera as well. So I don't eat. That's one that I do stick by. And I do have 2 hot dogs that are waiting for me that have been ready since like 5:50, but I've been behind the computer, so about, let's see, an hour and a little over an hour now. So I'm gonna get some nice cold hot dogs with the works once I'm done at 8 p.m. and hopefully that that mac and cheese will be ready to go. Alright, Lord Haurchefant, Estinian, and Alphinaud, and of course Lucia, will make ready to breach the underground Gaol and search for the Lord Commander until the second party has entered the vault. Who's the second party? And that's our party. Patty. Actually, that's every now and then my my Bostonian comes out, and I'll be trying to speak with you guys, and then I'll just all of a sudden pack my cat wicked hat at the Boston Yad, and I start saying Patty, and I end up sounding a wee bit different. So Shadow's asking if I am a sauerkraut on hot dogs kind of person, and I will say the following. I normally am like a works kind of guy, so at least if you ever hear of a Coney Island hot dog, very popular up here in the northeast part of America. And a Coney Island hot dog is it's got chili sauce, it's got white onion, it's got mustard, it's basically got a little bit of sauce from the chili in there. That's essentially what a Coney Island hot dog is with the works. That's probably my favorite. hot dog. Weirdly and disgustingly enough, again, it's only a New Englander thing if you're from around here, but drink that with coffee milk. It sounds disgusting, but give it a shot if you're ever in the New England area. That's kind of a go-to and a staple, especially in Massachusetts. Go and grab yourself a coffee milk. And no, it's not coffee with a whole bunch of milk. It's actually a sweeter version. It's a syrup with some milk that kind of has like a little bit of a coffee flavoring to it. Only people in Massachusetts and kind of the Northeast and Florida knows. And that's just because so many people from the north head down to Florida once they're retiring, so you can still get it down there. That's my favorite type of hot dog, but I am a fan of Chi-Town dogs. So if you get like the cornichon on there, if you get the some onion, if you get some Dijon in there, I'm all about like a weird hot dog with all the fixings on it. Sauerkraut, I'm a fan of. It's just not a go-to for me all the time. When it comes to sauerkraut, I'm more of a give me a Reuben, right? If I can get like a good Reuben with that sauerkraut in there and some Thousand Island dressing on it, that's probably one of my favorite sandwiches that I can have. And Shadow saying that they're upstate New York. Upstate New York, holy crap. Stephanie and I, we just went to, where did we go? We were right on Lake Champlain, and we got a Airbnb for a weekend, and we ended up going to essentially this nice place right on the water of Lake Champlain. We're maybe like a half hour away from Plattsburgh. I forget the name of the city that we were in specifically, but we had Plattsburgh above us. We were down towards the south west part of Lake Champlain, and we actually made our way over to Burlington so I could go to the Magic Hat, brewery that's there over in Burlington, Vermont. So that's actually why I have Magic Hat number 9 with me right now, because I got a 24 pack while we were there at the brewery. So Shadow's saying that they like Coney Islands with sauerkraut instead of onions. You know what? I'm gonna have to give that a shot, because that doesn't sound bad. That sounds pretty good to me. I'm weird. Stephanie will tell you that when it comes to food, I'm willing to give everything a shot as long as it's not looking back at me, which would make my my Portuguese heritage very sad, because if you ever go to like a traditional Portuguese restaurant, a lot of times they'll end up giving you a fish that actually still has the head attached to it. And I have a policy: if you name it, you don't eat it, and if it can look back at you, you don't eat it. So if it's a goldfish, I'm not eating the goldfish. I'm not going to eat Billy. Billy was a good house pet for many years. I'm not going to eat Billy. If the fish is looking back at me and I can lock eyes with it, I'm not going to do it. I can't eat it. I don't have the guts to be able to do it. With that said, I've ate cow tongue, I've ate sheep intestines, I've ate pig ear, I've ate a lot of different weird things. Red deer pate, you name it. I've had some weird stuff in my time. But I'll pass on bugs, and I'll pass on things that can actually be like a full body of something. So Shadow's saying that that's fair, but fish head is super good though. And I'm not gonna lie, okay? I agree with you. It is good. I've actually eaten it. So at least I tried to at least do that to where I have it and I eat it, so this way there's no, qualms about it. I can kind of sit back and say, well, yeah, but I've had it, but it's kind of out of principle. It's like, Stephanie could admit maybe perhaps that she hates eating mushrooms out of principle because she just hates what they're all about. I love mushrooms, but it's her principle. She sticks by it. And for me, I've actually eaten fish head, and you are right. It is very good, but I just have a difficult time dealing with poor little Billy looking back up at me with its like just looking at me. It's rough. And apparently that was my fish face, so I'm not very good at fish face. I'm not really a selfie kind of guy. I don't do the duck lips. That's not my forte. Alright, we are making our way. It doesn't matter if we hit Saint Ray or if we go to the Tribunal. So let's go and find our Forgotten Knight Ether Shard here and go hit up one of those. Alright, Saint Ray seems to be the first one up, so we're going to jump on that one. I'll tell you what though, Shadow, if I had to pick a favorite dish, I am super basic, man. I am, give me like a medium rare steak with mashed potatoes and I'm a happy guy. That's all I need. That'll make me happy. But I am, like I said, I'm an adventurous eater. I try and eat whatever I can, and I don't poo-poo on anything. I give it a shot before I kind of just say, nah, I'm not going to do that again. Which is funny because when I was younger, my parents would tell you that I was probably a extremely picky eater that basically would only eat like chicken nuggets. It was, I was the definition of like an American baby. It was McDonald's, 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 diabetes. That's essentially what it was. So Shadow's asking if I'm on Primal. I'm not actually sure, to be honest with you. I know I'm on Zalera, is my server. I forget whether or not if Primal is a data center or if it's a or if it's one of the immediate servers. But yeah, I'm on Zalera is my actual server that I'm on. Yeah, Primal is a data center, exactly. So that's kind of what I was thinking. I forget actually, so you'll have to accept my apologies. If Zalera is not on, and actually here, while we do that, let me go ahead and take a look and see if I'm able to find out what servers are on Primal. Alright, Primal Data Center. Let's see if we can find out what ones are on there. Primal has Behemoth, Excalibur, Exodius, Famfrit, Hyperion, Lamia, Leviathan, and Ultros. I think I might have a character on Behemoth. Or Behemoth, however you want to pronounce it. I leave it up to you guys. But I think I might have one character on there. And as I do that, let's stop being rude and I'll put my phone back down. So we've got less than a 5-minute wait. We basically are just waiting on a healer right now. So we'll be able to jump into the vault very shortly. But I might have a character on Behemoth, but I'm not entirely certain. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. So you'll have to accept my apologies there. Actually, I don't know if I have my Final Fantasy app on my phone. I might be able to look that up and actually get you an answer more sooner than later. Here we are, my Final Fantasy 14 connector app. I'll let you know where my other character is located. I have to log on because it's been a while since I've used it. You'll have to bear with me. I'm not really knowledgeable of the different data centers, so I wish I had a quicker answer for you. But if you're ever on Zalera, I know I always try and advocate for people doing the transfer service because of the fact that, again, when you've got a server that is considered to be a preferred server, it's great to have characters or at least players like you that are well versed coming into a server that needs it. You need the the people who have the experience to help flood up the roulettes and the dungeons, and they'll contribute to the economy. And so always, if you have a chance to be able to do that, do give a thought to joining a preferred server. Apparently, I forget here, but I'm only able to look at my one character that I have here at the moment. So I thought that that was going to be the answer, but I was so very wrong. Shadow saying, but I have a house. Actually, now that I think about it, oh, that's so sad. I'm homeless. I don't have a home. So essentially, it's just me in the land of Eorzea. That's my home, apparently, because I'm not. I don't have a place. I think I might have at one point. I think I had a home. Not on Roger Moore, because I created Roger Moore for the purpose of the stream. But I do have another character, and that's the character that I'm not sure of as to where, you know, that character is located. Part of me wants to like log out and see what's going on, but we're so close. We're just waiting for a healer. The poor DPSs that have been waiting for a half hour to join up on this dungeon. They're like, come on guys, just need a healer. We're just gonna jump around like idiots until we actually get into the dungeon. See, you know what? That's very nice of you. Shadow saying that if you were on Primal, that they would have jumped onto the queue so this way. And I mean, look, you would be an absolute asset. You know, you're a white mage. You have the knowledge and the skill. You would have made my horrible tanking and you know, completely undersided. It would have people would have been like, you know what, that tank really sucked, but that white mage, c'est magnifique. That's always, I will admit, it's always really great when you have a good healer on the team and you're kind of just not into it for the day, or you're just not doing a great job, and you get a good healer that's, you know, kind of being a secondary damage to, you know, being a third DPS in what's going to be this case on the vault, but also being a great healer at the same time. That's something where I always make sure that I give a commendation at the end of, you know, the dungeon, because I appreciate it. Just like I kind of get a little disappointed when people don't give me a commendation for a really good tanking job. I think last stream I did, on Monday, I did Fire Emblem Three Houses. But on the Friday before, I did Final Fantasy XIV, and we did Wanderer's Palace. And I absolutely killed it. It was a great tank. Everyone, you know, I was expecting like several commendations, and when it was all done, I was like, no commendations? Come on. Come on now. We're at 7.5 minutes for a wait time of 5 normally. So they're saying, gotta say, tanks for the group and compliment people gets the commendations. Yeah, I try to be nice every time I join up in a party. You know, I say hello to everybody. When we're done, good game. If someone, you know, does something, thanks. And I try not to be completely silent. At this point in time, I'm about ready to just see whether or not if I have a character on another server and where that is, because this is taking forever. I love how I'm like, oh, I got an hour left, and now it's 15 minutes past that point. and we're still just waiting. We're gonna do a Rocky real quick. We're gonna jump up the stairs. Alright, good timing. Right as we get to the top. That's the way to do it. Alright. It's that time. Like I said, I've been having deja vu lately. I remember playing through this a long time ago when it first came out. And I'm not ready for what's going to happen after we're done with this. That's why I have the beer with me tonight. It was a today's gonna be a sad day. All right, Iron Will. Let's get on with it. That's funny. So I know I normally block the chat, so you can't really see what's going on, but we had someone saying, this healer, we're probably going to need it. Apparently saying good luck, people go, like, that's weird, you shouldn't say good luck. But I beg to differ. I think that it's nice to say good luck. And someone was like, yeah, with this healer we're gonna need the luck. And the healer was like, rude. I think they know each other, so it was a joke. Alright, nice and easy there. No real difficulties right now to this point. Honestly, I just strive to be a decent tank every time I play a dungeon with people. Even if I don't remember the mechanics of a boss, I try my best to kind of just keep my head on a swivel. Always make sure that I'm being, you know, courteous to everybody else, that I'm trying to keep all of the aggros off of people. I figure as a tank, you've got one job: prevent people from being attacked. Alright, again, like I said, I don't remember this, but when you've got a bunch of items kind of just randomly appearing on the screen, chances are you don't want to get hit by them, so just kind of run around, make sure I don't get hit by the bright spears, and then as soon as Sir Adelphil came back on the screen, it was time to take him on. Alright, that'll take care of that. What do we got? We got 2 pieces of loot on the list. We've got the Hellonic Ostiary Solarets, Lancer and Dragoon, we'll pass on that. And then we've got the Auditor's Bracelets. And I guess we'll greed on that one. Why not? If I remember correctly, I thought there was some kind of rescue effort somewhere in this map. Oh. Come on, Deacon. Alright, that takes care of that. Let's go hit this treasure coffer along the way. A Hellonic Austere Helm has been added to the list. Another Lancer? Yeah. Oh, Dragoon item? Sounds good to me. Alright, we're actually making pretty good time on this one. Alright, lovely. Another small mob taken care of. Got a couple of whatever these things are to take care of now. Look like chess pieces come to life to kill me.
I'll cut you to pieces!
Oh. It doesn't seem very nice. I'm not going to make an assumption, but anytime anybody is a bull like that, and they're a meathead, I'm not too worried about their battle being too bad. Alright, making good progress on this guy. No one's really been in any particular trouble. Silly me. I ended up hitting hollowed ground by accident. That's alright. What do we got? More loot. We've got a rogue ninja helm. We'll pass on that. And then we've got an auditor's choker. So we'll greed on that one just because that's for all classes here. Alright, another treasure coffer. Alright. Sherry Burt, or whatever this one's name is up next. Alright, so far so good. Absent me wasting my hollowed ground, I haven't really had any major mess-ups, which I'm happy about. Of course, I say that now, but I'll probably proceed to miss-tank something and get my teammates killed, but we've got a good little team running at the moment, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm not sure if it's ever really been fully explained how they're able to become their weird, you know, selves.
Filthy rats! Be done with you!
Oh, that's right. There are these things that that walk along the path here. The chess pieces you have to avoid. I forgot about that.
Be done with you!
So Shadow's letting me know that they kind of go into it in the Stormblood 24's main. So that's good that at least there's some kind of explanation as to why they're... how that happens in the first place. Alright, we ended up getting that armor.
This will be a mercy. You disgust me.
You disgust me. That's funny.
Sickness must be purged. Be done with you! Sickness must be purged. Sickness must be purged.
Alright, we can limit break him and let's get a DPS over here and do that.
Be done with you!
Everybody getting absolutely demolished on that particular little one. They had a difficult time handling that for some reason. That's funny that had happened. Your boy was able to dodge everything though, so if I do say so, it was a job well done. Let's thank everybody. Give a commendation to our healer. Pass on that. pass on that. We don't need any of that. We'll wave. We're being nice to everybody. Thanks! Thanks for the party! Let's see what we got for commendations. We got a singular commendation. Not as many as I wanted, but that's okay.
Our power! How can this be? Fall back!
Hey, Lucky Selkie. Yeah, we just did the vault. Thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you.
We were not too late, my friends.
We're doing the Heavensward main quest, obviously you know already, and we just completed the vault. And I'm preparing myself for
Why must you do this, Father?
for some sadness. If I remember correctly, it's been a long time since I've done this.
Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew.
And tear down the very pillars of our society? Our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years? A fool to the last.
Lucky Selkie saying, yeah, I regret joining at this particular time for that reason. You stay. You do not. Harshafant, you halt your butt. You don't go.
Look out!
You want it to be different every time. No! Oh God, it's never good. It's never
Go.
good.
Asisla awaits.
Lord Orchefant.
And now we know why I had the beer. One for me, one for our homie Harshafant. May you rest in peace. We'll even do a Sammy Sosa farewell.
You are unharmed? Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of... Oh, do not look at me so.
Damn it, this sucks. You're right, Selkie. That is the worst time to possibly come in here.
A smile better suits a hero.
That is a good quote. Shadow has it. That is a good quote, guys. There's no better quote in my eyes. And blarg. Darn it.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
R.I.P. Harshafant. Oh man, that was rough. Good God. May we never have to do that again, or at least until the next time you create a character and have to do it again. Shadow's asking if people have finished the Shadowbringers content, and I haven't. This is actually my original character. I only got through Heaven's Ward and never any further. So this is it's going to become very quickly an actual first-time playthrough for me in the very near future. Oh, but you can do the spoilers by all means. It'll only just ruin my entire existence. No, I joke. I try to keep spoilers to a minimum, but if it's a major one, we can hopefully keep it at bay. But if it's a minor one, then you know, feel free to break it for me, because it's gonna be a while before I get there. I'll probably forget it if we're being honest.
Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son and for the nation he loved. Go!
Never any easier. I have to admit, at least within
shall not be forgotten.
within this portion of the story, it's probably the hardest death for me out of the main story. Oh yeah. We're all Tataru here. You're right. Man, I'm never ready for it. Even doing it multiple times, you're never ready for it. And I somehow conveniently forget that it's gonna happen, and it happens, and then you're just left there heartbroken. Like I said, I don't think that there's, you know, a worse death, you know, story-wise that gets you like that than when Harshafant dies. It's rough. You know, it stinks when you get your, you know, your white Aurosite friend, I forget her name, when she dies. That one's not fun. You know, when you think that, you know, spoiler alert, when you think that Nanamo dies, that one's not fun. But that's one where you're like, darn, like, yeah, Moonbrighta, exactly. Thank you, Shadow, for doing that. When Moonbrighta dies, you're like, no. But this one's rough. The Sins of Antiquity is next, and Alphinaud is lost in thought. Yeah, Selkie saying that that Moonbrighta was such a fun character, and that they wish that she should have been able to stick around. I'll admit, you know, I was a fan of the shipping that was kind of going on in the background with Moonbrighta and what's his name, our double agent for the Scions and the Asinians there. Yeah, Shadow's reminding us that you lose a lot of friends along the way in this game. Orion-Jer, that's right. Alright, we are to speak with Eremic at the congregation of our knights most heavenly. And our knights most heavenly now also include our boy Haurchefant. We're gonna make our way to the Forgotten Knight. See, I'm not ready. I'm not ready, guys. Like that, I think this is the last death that I remember. So if we're gonna lose other friends along the way, if it's any major deaths, I'm not ready for it because I haven't experienced them yet. So.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Shadow's reminding us that we lose our rival adventure group when they die in Tamtara, and then we lose the cabbage person, the not the elder, but one of our friends from the Twelveswood. We end up losing one of our fairy friends there, the cabbage person. That's funny that you worded it that way. And you lose a lot of friends. You're right. It's nuts. And then Selkie saying, I honestly expected Eremic to die when he gets to the part where he's saying we should have dinner at some point. And I was like, oh my god, death flag, no, no, no. That's funny.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
I will say, though, that when you've got Haurchefant in right before you're going to take on this mission, and he's speaking with his dad, and he's like, there's no greater honor than giving your life up for, a fellow soldier or for a cause. And I remember seeing that for the first time and going, oh my god, no, I'm not, no, that's a death flag. No, I can't, no. And then it happens, and you're like,
some wounds do
why?
not heal.
You're right, Eremic. Some wounds do not.
The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
Evil.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it.
Selkie's right. It's been how many years, and they're still not healed? I think I last played
King Thordan and his Knights 12
in like 2012 or 13.
And butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr.
Ratatoskr.
They might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits.
So I guess that explains where the other eye comes from. I'm just making an assumption because I don't remember for Nidhogg there. But from my at least understanding here is that the last I played was like 2012, maybe early 2013, and I think Heavensward was out at that point in time, and that's when I last experienced that. So it's still fresh, guys.
Murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained.
So we've got 9 minutes left, and if you guys are still looking to hang around after at 8 p.m., Stephanie's going to be taking over my better half in order to play The Sims 4. Give her a shot. She'd appreciate the viewers.
To show mercy. For from his brother Hraesvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
And it's also my time to go eat my cold hot dogs and get some mac and cheese too.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
I will admit, I am really looking forward to the mac and cheese.
Hooray!
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us.
Yeah, Selkie, I think you missed it, but before I was talking about the fact that Stephanie's whipping up some mac and cheese, and right after I was done with seeing my clients for the day, I went over to the market and I picked up a pound of sharp cheddar, a half pound of Colby Jack cheese, some fancy pasta, whole milk, Dijon mustard, and she's going to be putting together a mac and cheese plate for tonight. Hopefully she's having a plate now, so she can have some food in her belly when she comes on to stream. But I'm really looking forward to it. The fatty in me is really looking forward to chowing down on that. And I know Shadow and I were talking a little bit earlier about some of our I guess weirder dishes that we've had.
I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
It's not weird if it's tasty. You know what? That's true, Shadow. You know what? Don't yuck somebody's yum. And if you enjoy it, you know what?
What do
It's
you
not
mean?
weird.
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well?
Kind of. If it's not
Thorin's
righted.
betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin.
You know, real talk for a second, an unconscionable, unforgivable sin absolutely can be held against the future generations if it was never righted and everyone just continues to live
Should
in the
we
wrong.
then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment?
Agreed. So Shadow
Nay,
says
say
everyone is
I.
wrong here.
I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe.
And that's something that at least you can say for, you know, a lot of the story that you get here is that you've got characters that are flawed, but they're not, you know, inherently evil to the point where, or excuse me, not inherently, but they're purely evil. They're not pure evil. They might have really messed up intentions and really messed up goals, but there's at least some grain of story that kind of gives them a reasoning for wanting to have their view in life.
Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice.
And it's so pertinent, the story, to everyday life. I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but I'm sure you guys can understand that if there's, you know, a great sin and treachery that's been done against a group of people, and that hasn't been righted over the years, that perhaps maybe some form of reparations and improvements can improve those relations. So take that for what you will.
Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
But you know, there's always an opportunity for you to attempt to right a wrong. There's never going to be a chance for you to take something that is so horrendous like that to make it really right. There's no one thing that you can do. But I know he states, you know, should the children and the grandchildren have to suffer for those sins? And the reality is that they don't have to suffer for those sins, but they can definitely make efforts to make it better. And those, you know, those opportunities to be able to be better is the reparations that might be available, and maybe some money is too. But again, we're not going to have to get into politics of things. But Shadowbringers, I am really looking forward to that. And King Cookie Cat, what stream are you watching, my friend? We're playing Final Fantasy XIV. We're having a discussion about Final Fantasy XIV. Shadowbringers is the newest expansion pack for Final Fantasy XIV. It's supposed to be some of the best writing from what I'm being told. that the story's very good, and that and I think Shadow's right that I'm gonna love
This is
Shadowbringers.
your solution. This is how you protect our people.
Well, King Cookie Cat, you should play Final Fantasy XIV. It's a really fun game, and things that can be fixed exactly. It's a really fun game. If you ever have the time to invest in it, give it a shot. I'd love to see you over on Zalera so we can play together. I'd be glad to help you out where I can. But speaking of King Cookie Cat, we definitely need to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in the near future. Mayhaps on Sunday or on another day I'll send you a DM or something and we can schedule a time for us to fight on one of our streams here.
You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country.
And Selkie and Shadow, if you guys happen to have a Nintendo Switch and you have Smash Brothers Ultimate, go ahead and send me a message or something, because I'm gonna eventually in the very near future, like I said, maybe Sunday if I'm bored, I'll go on after Stephanie at 3 p.m. and maybe set something up to where I can take on some challengers. You'll have to take me on as I play my boy Roy.
And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well.
So Shadow's saying that they roll around small Final Fantasy XIV streams while they craft and gather. And thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I know I'm almost done for the night. We're probably going to wrap up after we're done with this cutscene. But really, all of the support is greatly appreciated. I don't know about you, but I've had a really fun time speaking with you guys tonight. It's been fun speaking with Shadow and getting to know you a bit more, and glad to always have Selkie in the chat, and King Cookie Cat too. Always really nice to have you guys around.
From the sins of antiquity.
You guys know, I might be, and Stephanie might be, the person who's online. We might be the on-air entertainment, but you guys are the stars in my eyes. We definitely like to make sure that that we're incorporating you and everything that we do, that we interact with you guys, and we mention you on the stream. You guys keep us going, and with that, thank you so much, Shadow, for the follow. Greatly, greatly appreciated.
And bring about the change you so fervently desire.
I know that I'm going to be ending my stream shortly, but I'd love to see you guys again. Hopefully stop by, and if you ever are on Zalera, send me a chat or a message, and I will look and get back to you. I'll send you a message on Twitch to let you know if I am on Behemoth or not. And if I am, I'll definitely send you a message on there.
If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
All right. Well, at least we know that Eremic, at least Eremic kind of had our back, and he really did say what he was going to do. So that's a nice little confirmation
you saw
there.
Something, did you not? A vision of the past.
It doesn't make it any better the fact that our homeboy Harshafant is gone, but make do with it. At least we know he's a true ally that stuck to his word.
The power of the echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion.
I think we know who that friend is.
Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I've given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heaven's Ward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
So I'm going to try to get through this relatively quickly without skipping.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Horschiffon was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls.
Selkie saying that they'll have to throw me a friend request whenever we're on at the same time. By all means, I absolutely would love that. I'm looking for as many friends as I possibly can.
Seven hells!
I'm, like I said, I played for a while back in the past.
Can use her own body as a vessel for summoning. I see no reason why others could not.
I've come back after a little bit of a hiatus, so, you know, I definitely want to make as many friends as I possibly can, and just have fun.
Are the Heaven's Ward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heaven's Ward, and stop my father before it is too late.
Alright, we have our mission. We know what we need to do. It just so happens to be the end of our time for now, unless there's 5 more minutes of cutscenes, which is very possible, considering that this is Final Fantasy XIV. So we could still have another 5 minutes of cutscenes before we actually finish up this mission. Oh, we have an opportunity to say something. I shall pursue him to the end of the world if I must, or life for death. I will have Sir Zephyrин's heart for what he did to Harshiffon. We are absolutely going with that second one. Heads will roll. Our homeboy Harshiffon is gone, and people need to pay for what happened. No doubts about that. Heads will roll. Exactly, Selkie. That's too much. That's funny. Alright, everybody seems to be figuring out what they're going to be doing. And it's now time for us to figure out what our next steps are, which means that we are at the end of that mission, which means that we are at the end of my portion of the stream tonight. Again, unless there's more cutscenes, which there is not. So this is where we are going to make a close here. Let me go ahead and hit that button because I've got it all automated now. Happy to have that. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. It was an absolute pleasure. King Cookie Cat, thank you for tuning in. Shadow, thank you so much. And Selkie, always a pleasure to have you guys with us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stephanie's going to be coming on in a few minutes, so we're going to take a short break, and she'll be taking on, I think it's probably going to be her Legacy Challenge, or she's going to, it's either a Legacy Challenge. I'm gonna make a guess that it's a Legacy Challenge, and if I'm wrong, you know what, it's still going to be fun anyway. So be sure to watch her. I'm going to go eat, and I'm gonna go finally fill up my belly. So thank you very much, everybody, again for tuning in. And King Cookie saying, "Give Coops a hug for us." I definitely will. He wasn't with us tonight. He's actually out with Stephanie at the moment, so I'll get some Cooper pets in once we're done here. But again, thank you everybody for tuning in. It was an absolute pleasure, and until next time, so long.